Alright, man, here's your script. This is what I want you to say. I know you don't feel motivated enough to do this because you think this isn't going very far, and maybe. But remember, it's not about you. It's about me. And the JINHOUND, but mostly me.
Alright, man. As long as you tone down on this new habit of yours that I can't even mention because it's not advertiser friendly. I don't want to get in trouble for that.
Oh, come on. Are you telling me that it's not advertiser friendly too?
Hello everyone, Freddy here. Today I'm going to talk a little bit of my creative inspirations and...
Wait, I gave you a script. Why are you not following?
First of all, I'm not doing that script for the sake of the viewers. Trust me, you don't want to know.
You should hire an editor.
You know very well I don't have that kind of money.
Which brings us to today's sponsor, JINHOUND Illustrations. If you'd like the portrait of yourself or a loved one, you can come to us. If you'd like to see how you would look as a Jedi Knight, come to us. If you're a writer who wishes to give life to your fictional character, you can come to us. And if you're just a fan of art, you can head up to our website at jinhound.com. Click the store button where you can get art prints and other types of merchandise. You can even get my face.
I didn't grow up in a creative environment. My parents are not artists. In fact, my dad was an athlete. He used to compete in triathlons and stuff like that. Still, I gravitated more towards the arts from the very beginning. Maybe it's because I watched a lot of Cartoon Network growing up, watching cartoons like Dexter's Lab, Cow and Chicken, on top of all the classics, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry. If it was on Cartoon Network, I probably watched it. I have faint memories of me drawing some of these cartoon characters, so I think it's safe to assume that these were my earliest influences when it comes to art, even though back then I wouldn't necessarily call that art. As Dragon Ball became popular, I remember that was the only thing I would draw for a time. And being influenced by DBC, other animes, and video games, is that I started to become aware of how much I enjoy drawing, as much as it also frustrates me. When it comes to video games, I'm a story-driven person. For as long as I can remember, I've been making up stories in my head just to entertain myself. In fact, I've been working on one story since I was about 12. I do plan to write it properly in the future. I just have to make time for it.
All I'm hearing are excuses.
Having said all that, it makes sense that the kind of games I'm attracted to are story-driven. So role-playing games or RPGs were my favorite thing. Playing games like Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance eventually led me to start playing games like Final Fantasy, specifically Final Fantasy X, which was my first and honestly my favorite, and eventually Kingdom Hearts. Seeing the character art for these games inspired me to draw these characters, and studying the art of Tetsuya Nomura, who is the main character designer for a lot of the Final Fantasy games, as well as the creator of Kingdom Hearts, began the long and potentially never-ending process of developing my own art style. Most of the drawings from this time no longer exist, they're lost, so whether I want to show them or not, I can't.
I keep hearing excuses. Or perhaps you burned them all.
Wait, what? I've never had arsonistic tendencies. Are you projecting yourself onto me? Because now I'm scared. So Tetsuya Nomura and Akira Toriyama, who, if you don't know, is the creator of Dragon Ball as well as lead character designer of Chrono Trigger, are basically my early heroes when it comes to drawing and making fictional characters. I still play video games. The genres I play now have broadened, And the last game I played is called Horizon Zero Dawn. The game's absolutely beautiful. It has a great story, pretty much the best game I've played in a few years. And it's a shame that non-gamers won't get to experience the story. Of course, there's YouTube. You can probably find someone play the game, but I'm pretty sure it won't be the same. Now, I can't deny that as a musician, video game music has been so inspiring to me. One particular composer that comes to mind is Shiyoko Shimomura, who is the main composer for the Kingdom Hearts series as well as Final Fantasy 15. And her music is beautiful and epic. And trust me, that doesn't really do it justice. Right now, outside of video games, I'm listening to a lot of Plini, who is an Australian guitar player. He pretty much makes music on his own. I consider him one of my favorites now. So, if you've seen my first video, you probably heard the only complete song I've released to the public, which, thinking about it, I should probably release on its own outside of that video for those that actually liked it and want to listen to it by itself. I've actually been working on new material, trying to write new music. It's a complicated process, especially since it's just me, and I'm not necessarily using industry standard software. But hopefully in the coming weeks I'll be recording a new song, at least just one. If you're interested in seeing more of my art, you can go to Instagram and follow me. I would appreciate it. Aside from the merch and the commissions, you can also support me through coffee. Basically like tipping me roughly the same amount it would cost a cup of coffee, more or less. If you go to my website, you'll probably see the button. Of course, if you don't want to throw money at me, which I understand, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. Bye. Imagine seeing an owl that's bigger than the house and just looking through a window. Just looking. Is it doing anything else other than looking? No, just looking. But it's creepy as well.